What if I told you that selling everything you own and flying to a country you've never been to could be the best decision you ever make? Growing up most my life in California, traveling the world and living in Japan, I've always been fascinated by the idea of leaving my old life behind and starting fresh in a new country. For me, that country was Thailand, a place I'd only ever seen in photos and videos. I spent years dreaming of its beaches, food, and culture, and finally I decided to take the leap and book a one-way ticket. I remember the feeling of excitement and nervousness as I boarded the plane, after selling everything I owned, packing my new life into 5 bags and not knowing what to expect when I arrived. The journey to Thailand was long, but as soon as I stepped off the plane, I knew I was in for an adventure. The heat, the smells, the sounds, everything was so different from what I was used to, and I was eager to explore. As I settled into my new life in Thailand, I began to realize just how much I had been missing out on. The food, the people, the scenery, everything was so vibrant and full of life. I spent my days exploring the city, trying new foods and learning about the culture. And it was exhilarating but also overwhelming at times as I navigated the challenges of living in a foreign country. I had to learn to be patient and flexible as things didn't always go as planned. But with each passing day, I felt myself becoming more confident and self-assured. I started to make friends, learn the language, and find my favorite spots in the city. And as I looked out at the stunning scenery, I couldn't help but feel grateful for this new chapter in my life. Living in Thailand was a steep learning curve, with challenges like language barriers and cultural differences. Simple tasks like grocery shopping, getting a driver's license, opening a bank account, and buying a motorcycle became exciting adventures. I had to adapt to a new way of life, where schedules were flexible and plans were often made at the last minute. I faced many challenges, from finding a place to live to starting language school. But with each obstacle, I grew more resilient and determined. I learned to appreciate the little things like a delicious meal or a beautiful sunset. And as I settled into my new routine, I started to feel a sense of belonging. The beauty of Thailand was breathtaking, with its stunning beaches, lush forests, and vibrant cities. I spent my free time exploring the new beaches, trying new foods, and learning about the culture. I was amazed by the kindness and hospitality of the Thai people, who always seemed to be smiling and willing to help. As I navigated the ups and downs of life in Thailand, I began to realize that I had stumbled upon something special. The sense of community, the beauty of the surroundings, and the freedom to pursue my passions all combined to create a feeling of happiness and fulfillment that I had never experienced before. I found myself feeling more alive, more connected to the world around me, and more at peace with myself. It was as if I had finally found a missing piece of myself, a piece that I never knew was missing. And as I looked out at the stunning scenery, I knew that I had found my dream life in Thailand. The moment I realized I had found my dream life was when I was sitting on a beach watching the sunset. It was one of those perfect moments where everything felt right with the world. I felt grateful, happy, and at peace. And I knew that I had made the right decision in leaving my old life in California behind. That moment was a turning point for me, as it made me realize that I had been living someone else's dream rather than my own. I had been following a path that was expected of me, rather than one that truly made me happy. And as I sat on that beach, I knew that I had finally found my true path. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, I found myself becoming more and more content with my life in Thailand. I had found a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and a sense of happiness that I had never known before. And as I looked out at the beautiful scenery, I knew that I had made the right decision. The experience taught me to be more present, to appreciate the little things, and to follow my heart. I learned that happiness is a choice, and that it's never too late to make a change. And as I settled into my new life, I knew that I would always be grateful for the journey that had brought me to this place. I realized that my perspective on life had shifted, and that I saw the world in a new light. I was no longer worried about what others thought, and I was no longer afraid to take risks. I was free to be myself, to pursue my passions, and to live life on my own terms. As I reflect on my journey, I am reminded of the importance of following your dreams and embracing new cultures. I learned that life is too short to be spent in a place that doesn't feel like home, and that sometimes the greatest rewards come from taking the biggest risks. My journey to Thailand was not without its challenges, but it was worth it. I found my dream life, and I found myself. I learned to appreciate the beauty of the unknown, and to trust that everything will work out as it should. And as I look back on my journey, I am grateful for every step of the way. I hope my story inspires you to take the leap and follow your dreams, whether that's to Thailand or somewhere else entirely. If you've got a dream destination in mind, let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more travel inspiration, subscribe, like, and be sure to check out my other videos. Many more videos coming along with another trip to Japan in May.